And I think we all generally have accepted, and most of us buy in to a pretty positive story in Africa. By 2050, a quarter of the world's population will live in Africa. And that's why I really enjoyed the remarks from John Malden earlier, who spoke about how a young population is critical to economic growth. And it's one of the features that Africa has in abundance, a growing and young population. Africa already close to 1 billion people. By 2030, the continent will have more people than India and China. A young, new rise in the African urban consumer is exciting for us in South African business. 128 million Africans are going to have a discretionary income for the first time over the next decade. They'll be able to spend on goods and services that are not critical to their survival for the next week. That's pretty good news for us. Africa's top cities are going to have a tremendous spending power over the next decade or so, and by 2030, Africa's GDP buying power will equate that of the European Union. So what a window again of opportunity for South African business to move into a continent with a very dramatic demographic dividend, as John Malden alluded to. And there's the graph, and I don't even know if I've got a pointer on this little device. I'm not quite sure if I do have a pointer up here, maybe not. But if you look at the graph and you have a look to see the green line on the graph there, that's the graph of Africa's youth, or the working age population in Africa. And of all the regions of this world, it is the African youth between 15 and 65 who is the only growing segment compared to all of the other regions of the world. Where there are young people, there are workers. And there is opportunity for foreign investment to come in and attract those workers. And I think workers will follow, investment will follow where young people are.